Welcome to this session. My name is Barbara Gochalia, and today we are going to look at how to calculate elasticity. And we are going to have practice questions here, guiding us basically on how to calculate elasticity. Now, remember we saw that we have different types of elasticity. It can either be elasticity of demand or elasticity of supply. But in this perspective, let's concentrate on elasticity of demand, because the concept is the same, though the logic is the same, although we looked at also elasticity of supply in the previous class. So let's look at an example here. A consumer buys 8 units of good A when the price of good B is 4. A consumer, remember we saw that we have, it can either be, if we are looking at elasticity of demand, for example, it can either be price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, or price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, or cross elasticity of demand. It can even be advertising elasticity of demand. Remember we saw in our definition of elasticity that elasticity is, for example, is the degree of responsiveness of one variable due to the change in another variable. And we saw that if, for example, when we talk about elasticity of demand, we basically, when we talk about, for example, price elasticity of demand, we mean by definition that it is the degree of responsiveness. It is the degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded of a product as a result of change in the price of that product. So the relationship with the price elasticity of demand will be a relationship between price and the quantity demanded. If we are looking at income elasticity of demand, it will be a relationship between income of a consumer and the quantity demanded. If it is the gross elasticity of demand, we shall be looking at the price, the relationship between the quantity demanded of a particular product Y, for example, as a result of change in the price of another product X, right? So basically with the calculations, we are going to look at price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand. How do we calculate that? So a consumer buys 8 units of good A when the price of good B is 4. When the price of good B is 4. When the price of good B is 6, rises to 6, when the price of good B rises to 6, the price of good A remaining unchanged or remaining constant, the consumer buys 15 units of good A. The consumer buys 15 units of good A. Using an appropriate formula, calculate the consumer's gross elasticity of demand for good A. Calculate the gross elasticity of demand for good A. Show all your workings. Part B, is good A a substitute for or a complement to good B? Explain your reasoning. So the very first thing you do here is, now you know that they're asking for cross what? Cross elasticity of demand. So we must know the formula. Cross elasticity of demand, is equal to the percentage change the percentage change in the quantity, percentage change in the quantity demanded, percentage change in the quantity demanded of a product X as a result of the percentage change divided by the percentage change in the price of another product Y, in the price of another product Y. So here with the cross price elasticity, basically we have two commodities or two goods, right? With the cross price elasticity, we have two goods. Right? So now we know that now, but now yeah, they've given us good A and good B, right? So now we have to determine what is X and what is Y according to our formula. So they are telling us that a consumer buys 80 units of good A. So unit is quantities, isn't it? Unit is quantities, the quantity consumed, 80 units of good A, right? When the price of B is 4. So we know that where there is price, we are now going to substitute B. Where there is price, where there is price, we are going to put B here. I don't know if you are following.
Yes, we are.
B. Where they're talking about price of B, price of good B. So B is under price, Then units of good A. Units is quantity, isn't it? Units is quantity. So units of good A, so you put A here. So we are looking at two goods, A and B. Are we on the same page? So after determining that, we can now continue. So now we have to see the percentage change. Remember that we saw that percentage change will be what? If anyone remembers. Percentage change will be quantity Q2, percentage change in quantity, Q2 minus Q1. Okay, let us use the own price elasticity formula because we saw different formula, two formulae there that we were using, the own price elasticity formula and the midpoint formula. So I'm going to use the own price elasticity formula. You will try the same questions using the midpoint formula in your free time and see what answers you get. So I'm using the own price elasticity formula. So the percentage change in quantity will be Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q1. I'm using the own price elasticity formula times 100 because it's a percentage change in the quantity demanded, right? Divided by the percentage change in the price. Still the percentage change will be P2 minus P1 over P1, over P1 times 100. Right? So now we have to determine what is Q2. Q2 will be the new quantity. New quantity, Q1 is the old quantity or the original quantity, isn't it? Old or original, then also over old or original. The same story with P. P2 is a new quantity, old, P1 is old original quantity, P1 is original quantity. So now when you say the consumer buys 80 units of good A, 80 units of good A, when the price of good B is 4. So those are the initials. Initial quantity, initial price. Yeah. And when the price of good B rises, so which means this price is P2. So the P1 original price of good B is 4, isn't it? Original price of good B is 4. So here we are going to have, I'm beginning with the price. Of course, you can begin with anything. The original price is 4. The new price is what? 6. So new price minus original price over original price times 100 will give us the denominator, which is the percentage change in the price, right? Then we get the numerator, which is the percentage change in the quantity demanded of good A. So here we just look at the quantity. The quantity, first it begins with 8 units, 8 units. So 8 units is the old, and the new units is 15 units of good A. So it will be 15 new minus original or old, which is 8, over the original, which is 8, times 100. So you work out that. Work out that. I'm supposing you have calculators, because I don't want to monopolize. You know, when with these calculations, when you monopolize, students, they end up not understanding. They end up not understanding. So I want us to participate. What are we getting? I'm waiting. And if I work this one for you, the next one you are going to do it and tell me the answer. So that is 7 out of 8. So that is 87, 0.75.
87.5.
87.5.
Quantity. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
87.5
Yes, it's
over
87.5.
over that
Over
one is 50.
50. Yes.
And what are we getting?
1.75.
1.75 as our answer. Remember, they are percentages. One student was asking me, Madam, is it 1.75%? I said no. Yeah, because remember, these 100 will cancel. It's percentage divided by percentage. The percentage cancels, so it just remains that. So what is the conclusion? What is the good? The nature of the good? The nature of the two goods? Yes. What is the nature of the two goods? Part, what is the answer for part B? Yes. Who is telling us? People, are we reading our notes? So what did we see? Or what did we say in our previous class? We saw that if the answer is a positive, it means what? What does it mean if your final answer is a positive value? Yes? We say that if it's a positive, that is a substitute. If it is a positive value, that is a the two goods are substitutes. If it is a negative value, if your answer is a negative, the two goods are what? Complements. Complements. So what is the nature of the goods? Yes? What is the nature of our goods, A and B? Are we there?
Yes, madam. Good A is a substitute.
Only good A is a substitute. How about good B?
Madam, I think both are substitutes because we have a positive answer.
Exactly. Who is that one answering?
Rose.
Rose, eh?
Yes.
Exactly. For example, when we say Omo and Aerial, you just say the both goods are substitutes. Colgate and Close-Up, both goods are substitutes. And remember that we saw that with the income elasticity and cross elasticity, the signs you calculate the same way you calculate mathematically. The signs have a lot to do with determining the conclusion of which nature of good it is. But with the price elasticity, we saw that the negative values don't matter. When you get a negative, you disregard the negative value and you take it as an absolute value, or you take it as a positive value. So I hope that is clear. Let us have another example. I'm going to work out one, and then you'll work out another one. Okay, let me calculate this one of income elasticity, right? So it says that if last year the average income at constant prices rose from $10,000 to $10,700, yeah, that was the price increase. And the income elasticity of demand, the income elasticity of demand for iPhones is +4. The income elasticity of demand for iPhones is +4. By what percentage would the amount spent on iPhones, by what percentage would the amount spent on iPhones increase? This is would have increased. By what percentage would the amount spent on iPhones have increased? Yes. So I'm going to give you a formula, and the rest we are going to participate, because I don't want lazy students. So the story is the same. We just change the labels, but the logic is the same. So with income elasticity of demand, can call it I or Y. income elasticity of demand is, the story is the same. Percentage change in the quantity demanded of a product divided by the percentage change in the income of a consumer. Percentage change in the income of the consumer. Right? Right? Well, we saw that percentage change means what? Q2 minus Q1 Q2 minus Q1 over Q1 times 100. Divided by percentage change in income, yeah? So I can call it income 2 minus income 1. Remember, you can also use the midpoint formula. If I've not limited, you use the both formula, any you use, you get the same conclusion. So can we work out that? This one I'm not going to work for you. So who can tell us what Q1 is and what is Q2 is? What is, okay, tell us, someone to tell us.
Okay, hello.
Yes.
I think Q2 is $10,700. And Q1 is 10,000, which is our, yeah, and Q1 is 10,000. Then after we divide it by that 10,000, that's Q1 times 100.
So this one is what? 10,700 minus
10,000
divided by
10,000 times 100.
I'm continuing. I'm listening. And the income?
Hello.
Where are you getting the two?
Good evening.
Yes?
Yes, madam. Let us proceed from where you have stopped. Yes, in the question, since the elasticity of demand is given as a -4, we are going
-4, +4.
to say -4 equals to divide by, because right now we have to look for the income.
You have to look for the income. So -4 is equal to -4, +4, it's +4.
In the question is negative.
This is a positive. Unless you are
Okay.
not seeing very well.
Yeah, then we need to look for it is the income that we have to look for.
The income is not known.
Is not known, yeah.
Now what do we
Then
do to
we
get
need
to
to
know
start
it?
by
Then from there,
we need to cross multiply in order for us to get x, which will be 4x is equals to the quantity times.
So what is the value for x is equal to?
100%.
What is this?
Hello.
What value do you get here?
For
12?
x, it is 7.
It is what? 7,
It
We
is
don't want
7.
assumptions here.
Everything up is 7%.
How is the 7 coming? You tell
It
me
is
that I divided this.
10,
That is
subtracted.
700 divided by 10,000.
Yes. 700 divided by 10,000 times 100%. Yes.
That is 7.
That is 7.
Mm.
Then it will be 4x equals to 7. Then you divide both sides by x because we are looking for x.
Are we on the right track? Are we on the right
We
track?
divide both sides by 4.
We are right track. You divide both sides by 4 in order for us to
everything
get
here
x.
is wrong.
I think
Everything
for
here
me,
is very wrong. Because the question is saying, if last year average income at constant prices rose, it is the average income that rose, not the constant prices. Are we getting? So you see how I make students to participate. Everything here is wrong. And no one was able to realize that. We left someone to think for us and we didn't want to think. So we have been misguided. So there is something that has confused you there. If last year average income at constant prices rose, it is the average income that rose, not the prices that rose. Are we getting the logic? And the income elasticity is 4. By what percentage would the amount spent on iPhones have increased? In other words, by what percentage will the amount? They are looking for the percentage change in quantity. Here, they are looking for the percentage change in quantity demanded. Is what we are looking for. Are we together? By what percentage? We are looking for the percentage change. By what percentage would the amount is Q, quantity or output, spent on iPhones have increased? So much as you may think that these things are easy, your interpretation may put you out. Have we got the logic? So if you have got the logic, let us continue from there. So practically, income elasticity of demand, which is 4, isn't it? They've already given it to us. Is equal to the percentage change in what? The percentage change in quantity demanded, which we don't know, over the percentage change in income. Over the percentage change in income. So the quantity demanded, we don't know it. So practically it is 4 is equal to X, the unknown percentage change in quantity, which they are looking for, which they are asking, and then the other values of yours that you had interchanged. So people, let us be mindful of these questions. So what do we get there? So now you had inverted it the other way around, it to become what? 4 being equal to X minus X divided by 7. And then we end up with our percentage change as equal to what? 28%. So members, someone had misled us. Who was that? Who misled us? And we all went. Are we on the same track? So when you divide 28 divided by 7, what do you get? 28 divided by 7.
Get 4.
Exactly. So this business of allowing people to think for us is going to mislead us. That's why I want us to participate. So we are going to do some other question, which I also want you to participate. And then we shall get review questions on the platform as an assignment. But you will need to think. So let's work out this. This one I want us to think. A manufacturer of 3 different products calculates the price elasticity of demand for each product as follows. Now here they've calculated for us, so we are not going to calculate. When they calculated the price elasticity of A, they got negative 2.8. The price elasticity of A. The price elasticity of A, price elasticity of demand of product A. When they calculated its elasticity, they got, no, a manufacturer of 3 different, these are 3 different products. Calculates price elasticity of demand for each product as follows. Product A gives us what? Price elasticity of demand, it gives us negative 2.8. Then the other one, product B, price elasticity of demand of product B gives us 1. We calculated and got 1. So here we are not calculating. Then for C we got 0.5. $0.5. A manufacturer wishes to maximize, I think, its revenues. This is a company to maximize its revenues. Explain in respect of each of these products what change, if any, the manufacturer should make in the prices. What change, if any, all right. So the manufacturer wishes to maximize its revenues or his revenues. Explain in respect of each of these products what change, if any, the manufacturer should make in the prices currently charged to enable it achieve its aim. That is the part 1 of the question. What change? For example, when we look at the price elasticity of A, what change in the price should the manufacturer do to increase the revenue? When you look at price elasticity of B, what change in the price should the manufacturer do to increase the revenue? And for price elasticity of C, what change in price should the manufacturer do to increase the revenue? So I want someone to help us and save our time. Lina, tell us. There are people that have never spoken here. Yes, Lina. Yes.
I'm still thinking, madam.
You're still thinking,
analyzing the question.
Lina, you're from Tanzania?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm from South Sudan.
Hey, okay.
From South Sudan.
Okay. Another person? There's people who have never spoken here. Yes, Sharifa, tell us. What advice are you giving to this manufacturer after your previous lesson of elasticity last week? What advice are you giving to this manufacturer? After calculating and getting this respective, what advice, price elasticities of demand, what advice are we giving to this manufacturer? Assuming all of us attended the previous class and we have knowledge about elasticity. Yes, Kathy? Now, if you cannot answer here, then I'm going to leave it as an assignment question. Yes? Any person to deliver the rest? Lydia? How many of us attended the previous class? So we didn't understand. Yes? So if we have failed to answer, then we are going to answer it through the assignment. Because for sure, I want us to read these notes and understand. I want us to read these notes and understand. All right, so we are going to look at something else in these remaining 20 minutes. That one we shall attempt in the assignment, don't worry.